It's a new way of thinking, it's a new way of being. It's a matter of realizing and actualizing through this, which is a matter of being it, of living it, that we're here to learn, to be open to learning. Not in that anybody is teaching anybody anything, but by really opening ourselves up to experience, to what's new, to what's different, to open ourselves up to that which we don't understand. And every time, we can see that every time when something comes our way that is difficult for us to deal with. I think that's where the greatest paradigm shift really begins. Instead of rejecting that, which I mean, that's a natural thing, quote unquote natural. It's natural in that we learn that. To reject what is difficult for us and to then look for good experiences, look for the easy way, looking to feel good. But that's very misleading in that we do not learn. And that we do not learn to deal with that which is difficult better. And to learn from that which is difficult. Because the only reason for why it's difficult is because we want to control the situation. We want to control things outside of us so it works for us. So it fits into our way of being. It fits into what we want. That's exactly that. You know, it's not about what we want. Because when we focus on that, what we want, it's about us. That's about the me. Me, I want. It's very much like children still. You know, and that's the negative part of a child, or that aspect. I believe where children are really focused on that. I want things my way. My toy. I want the candy right now, and if I don't get it, I throw a tantrum. That is very immature. And to some degree, from what I've learned, from what I see in the world, human beings, we haven't grown out of that. And again, also when I say here human beings, I include myself because I also notice that within myself. Otherwise, I wouldn't talk about that. I'm not here to just tell you, you know, that's, oh, I see that in the world other people, but I'm different, I'm better. Oh no. I'm just like that. I'm just like you. And actually, I do like you, even though I do not know you. But you do not really need to know you there. Because I am you. Because you are me. Because it's one consciousness, one spirit, it's one mind, and it's one big mess here. Check it out. This is so funny. Well, let's think about humor, or drama, or whatever it is. It's all part of the human experience, and we all share that human experience, and in that we are one. Of course, the issue is really that creates a lot of diversity and struggle, misunderstanding, and even sometimes violence and hatred among people, is because we do experience differently, and we don't see that, or we don't care to see that, because we only care to see what we want to see. We see what we want to see. We don't see the world as it is. We don't see other people as they are, but we see them as we are. We see the world as we are. And that's what the practice really leads us to believe, to see things as they are, to go beyond the perception, to go beyond the me, my views, my preference, my needs, my beliefs, my way of thinking, my likes, my wants. That's why really real love, and that's where this comes out of, this philosophy, out of love. Out of love we learn. Not only life is learning, but love is learning. When we truly love, we care enough to understand that which we do not understand. And in love, we even care to understand something which is difficult for us, something which we do not agree with. Because it's not really important if we agree with it or not. What's important is really that we learn it, that we understand it. And there we do not need to agree. Because agreeing also has to do with that we compare that which we see to ourselves. And if we agree with it, we compare it with ourselves, and then we focus on, oh, do I agree with it or not? Acceptance, I've come to find, that's the key. To accept. And there, when we accept, we can always agree to disagree. But even there, we agree to disagree. Because when we disagree, also, we do not understand. Because then I have my way of thinking, and then there's your way of thinking, or your way of being, and I don't agree with it, but we can agree to disagree. But there's still no learning, really. Which is the main point here. To just remind you of that. This kind of learning, the importance of that. And that is not a matter of me teaching that to you, or anybody teaching that to you, because it cannot be taught. Nobody can teach you this, but you can learn it. That is the point of the exercise, of the practice, of this new way of being. Because that really has to do with being, not really with having. I have my opinions, I have my viewpoints, or my philosophy, or my religion. Because that's then attachment. I'm attached to those things, which then I defend against. And that's the reason for why people argue, because they are attached to what they want. They are attached to what they think. They're attached to what they believe in. So detachment is really part of the practice here that can allow us to learn. Only through detachment. And you can see that every time you are in a situation that is difficult for you, or you're around a person that is difficult for you, and then usually we argue with that person, you're attached then. You're attached to be right. You're attached for the other person to hear you. You're attached to what you want, or what you think is right. But if you practice a detachment, only then when you practice detachment can you learn. Then you can open yourself up to that which is previously difficult for you, and you can then realize, to actualize, it's just part of something that I do not understand. And again, it's not a matter of agreeing with it, or even liking it, or whatever. It's a matter of opening yourself up to it, of learning from it. It's a matter of knowing it. That part, because it's part of the human experience. And to experience, to be able to openly experience, is something that can allow us to gain a greater insight into the reality surrounding and connecting all of us. Because in this reality, we are all one. In this reality, there are no strangers. In this reality, there are no enemies. In this reality, there are only other elements of you that you do not understand. Because it's new, it's different from how you are, it's different from what you think. And so just open yourself up a little bit. Always a little bit more. And especially, you can find that You can practice that when things are difficult. And the good news is that there's ample opportunity for that. Every day you can practice.